Okay guys, this video has been on the table for a long time now. I have in front of me a Gen 1 diff, and I just want to make the announcement that I am going to start building these differentials for you guys. Now the question that I get every single day is what makes the Gen 1 diff better than the G2? Well, we're going to have a look at both and we're going to try to get to the bottom of this. Now this particular diff is out of an 06 Renegade. My buddy Big Bear over at the Mud Sluts forum. This is his diff, and I know how hard he rides this thing, and like I'm sure most of us are thinking that after 9 years, if this diff has held up and the gearing looks like this, all us G2 guys will be pretty damn happy, including myself. And that's what I hope the G2.0 diff is going to do for you guys. Okay, so the biggest difference externally between the Gen 1 and the G2 diff is this mount here for the brake caliper on the G1. Now, Commander diffs would still have that ear mounted there. And, well, the other thing here is the mounting pattern to the bike is a little bit different, but nothing really significant there. The only other thing I want to make note of is this pinion neck here on the G2 actually looks a little bit more robust than the one on the Gen 1. Now that's the area that the G2s have all the trouble with when they break the case, is right in this area here. So it actually looks a little bit thicker than the G1. Okay, so we're inside the Gen 1 diff now, and there's not a whole lot different inside here. The one major difference is that axle bearing there is a little bit smaller. That's the G2 axle bearing. So in theory, the G2 should be able to handle more load. And the next real difference is that needle bearing way down inside for the pinion gear. That is also a smaller bearing than what the G2 has. So all in all, the G2 should be able to take more load. And the only other real difference in the G1 versus the G2 is the G2s run this little small sealed ball bearing on the outside of the case, and it fits in there like that. The axle slides into there and just provides an extra bearing surface for the axles, I'm guessing. To me, that doesn't really do a lot. Kind of find it maybe not one of Can-Am's best ideas, but it seems to work for the Gen 1. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this differential is out of my buddy's 06 Renegade. Now, if the gearing out of our G2s looked this good after 9 years on a modded up 800, I think all us G2 guys would be pretty damn happy. Big Bear there, he brought this differential for me, to me. He was just looking for a re-bearing, keep his diff in shape for the upcoming season here. Once we got inside, we did see some pitting and some wear, but after 9 years of riding this thing hard, torturing it, it looks pretty good. Okay, so what does make the Gen 1 diff better than the G2? Well, what we know so far is the Gen 1 has smaller bearings, and the Gen 1 has less meat around this pinion neck area. Would you compare that to the G2? So those two factors, you would think that the G2 should last better. What about the gearing now? So this gear right here is a Gen 1, and this is a Gen 2. They almost look identical. They're both a bevel cut gear. They're both made from a cast type material. So why are the G1 diffs that much better than the G2? Well, I think it comes down to build quality. That's what Mud and Wheels is all about, is building these differentials to a different set of specs, and that makes all the difference in the world. So the Gen 1 diffs at the end of the day are a better differential, even though the cases aren't as strong and they have smaller bearings. Mud and Wheels has taken the G2 and turned into the G2.0, and we hope that everybody will get 9 to 10 years of hard, modded up riding out of their G2.0 diff. Okay, so that's it, guys. Mud and Wheels will start building Gen 1 diffs for you, and we're going to give you a nice tight quality build like we always do. If you like my videos, please subscribe, leave me a comment, share with all your buds, and we'll see you on the trails.